Also, lots of local races we are keeping an eye on, and results are slowly starting to trickle in.
Let's check back with CBS News Elections and Surveys Director Anthony Salvanto. Hey there, Anthony. All right, so let's start with the gubernatorial contest in Virginia. What is the very latest?
Elaine, let me show everybody straight from the decision desk. You talked about that early edge in what's been counted for Youngkin. Okay, 54-45. But that's really just a fraction. That's 35% of the vote that we expect. Now, at the decision desk, what we're doing is looking for patterns in this. And I can show you, among the many models that we're running, some of them, when you look at where the vote is headed, look how close it gets. You know, you get almost within a point there between the two of them, and that's just with a third of the vote in. And that just underscores why we call this a toss-up and why it's so tight and looks like it may be for a while. A couple of other things I do want to say, though. A couple of the counties that we've been watching all night, and we will be, Loudoun County, part of that D.C. suburban area. That is looking like right now McAuliffe is up there at 53%. That's at least as well as he needs to do there. And then the question becomes, is that Election Day vote? And if it is, and we think most of it is at this point, well, that's probably pretty good news for him. Democrats have to do well up here in Fairfax, up here in Loudoun. That's just one example of how this thing could come down to the wire, Lane.
Anthony, I want to jump in on that point because I want to make sure listeners and viewers understand what you just said there. Because it is interesting and important how the sequencing of the counting of day of and early voting occurs. So you just said those numbers from McAuliffe in Loudoun County, if they're today's vote, are encouraging. Explain why that is and what the sequencing is.
Thank you for that question. And what it means is that we know that on the early vote that was cast in advance of this election, we saw in Loudoun about a third of what we expect was early, was cast before today, and that it likely favored Terry McAuliffe. And actually, early vote throughout the state has been favoring Democrats based on our models, based on what folks have told us in the polling. But Republicans say that they're voting today. And we've seen that in the exit polling. So a surge for Republicans. So when you get to a county and I start talking about whether this is Election Day vote or whether this is early vote, what matters is, can you see the difference between whether it's that early vote that might favor the Democrats, in which case they're going to take a quick edge, or if it's a mix, if it's more Election Day, which would mean not maybe the Republican takes an edge, or maybe McAuliffe is doing pretty well at turning out his base of voters. And that's going to be the key thing to watch.
So let's shift our attention ever so briefly to New Jersey.
Yeah.
The polls have just closed there. Any data yet so far to look at?
Let's take a look. I'm going to go back to the New Jersey map, and the answer is no.
There's a big buildup.
That's why there was no drum roll. Okay, that's why there was no drum roll. We plot all this stuff out. No drum roll yet.
But hey, look, it's fully transparent, right? You're going to see the vote as we collect it, and you get it. And when it does start to come in, look, the pre-election polling had Murphy up. It's a Democratic state, you know, but we are going to want to see some votes before we can tell you what's going on.
All right, well, let's ask about independent voters, right? Because there's been a lot of talk about the attempt to kind of court them in places like Virginia. So President Biden won independents by 19 points in the 2020 election. What about now? Who is that particular group of voters backing?
Okay, here's the latest from the exit poll. Independents going for Youngkin. I think that's really important because one of the things you're going to see throughout the night is Youngkin in a Democratic state, in a state that voted for Biden by 10 points, probably can't win unless he flips some of those voters. So where do you start with that? You start with people who at least consider themselves independents, even if they routinely vote for one party over the other. And then the other thing that you want to look at, African-American voters. They're going for Terry McAuliffe. He needs that, but he also needs high turnout from African-American voters. Okay, so that's what's expected. And then the men and women voters split. You've got men going for Youngkin, and you've got women at 53-47 for McAuliffe. I think this is going to be telling as we get back into those suburban areas. The women's vote, especially in Northern Virginia, especially in those suburban areas where Democrats have done so well over the years, that McAuliffe needs to do well on tonight.
Anthony, according to the exit poll data so far, this looks to be a demographically slightly different electorate than it was in 2020, a little bit older. What does that tell us, and what have you seen so far in the African-American vote, either in the exits or in the actual data?
Because young people tend to vote Democratic, anytime you have an electorate that skews older, you get a more Republican electorate. And I think where that starts to manifest itself is you've got more than 4 million that turned out in the presidential. You get 3 million tonight, and that difference, if it's young people staying home, that makes the road harder for somebody like Terry McAuliffe.
And the African-American vote? Anything we've seen so far?
So far, not the size of the turnout there that I think McAuliffe might have wanted as a portion of the electorate so far. We'll see as more results come in from the exit poll and from the areas, key Democratic areas.
And the decision desk is right here.
Right there.
Socially distanced, but very nearby.
Very nearby. In fact, so, you know, you can start to hear us chat and say, wait a second, what about this? What about that? As we start to go through all these numbers right there, and then I'll just jump up and tell you.
That
Excellent.
sounds great. Anthony Salvanto, thank you so much.